Hi, my name is Tracy Chris, and so in this video, we will be going over how our company would overcome the commercial risk associated with conducting business in Argentina, China, Egypt, Poland, and South Africa. Some of the specific risk with the country in Argentina, they face significant political risk due to its history of economic instability and political violency. Uh, Commercial risks are also high with concerns about currency devaluation and inflation. Corrective measures include hedging against currency fluctuations and securing political risk and insurance. China, while they offer stable political environment, commercial risks due to the regulatory complexities and intellectual property concerns companies should conduct through due to diligence and establish strong legal protections. Egypt presents moderate political risk due to the regional instability and potential for social unrest. Commercial risks include Bermudic hurdles and corruption. Companies should develop strong local partnerships and ensure compliances with regulations. Poland is relatively stable with political and commercially, but business should be aware of potential risks related to regulatory changes and competition. Diversification in markets, continuously monitoring of the business environment are advisable. While as South Africa faces political risk regulated by governancy issues, commercial risks include corruption and infrastructure challenges. Companies should engage in corporate social responsibility, innovations, and invest in infrastructure improvements. Some of the corrective measures and strategies: political risk insurance, the first one will be political risk insurance. Securing political risk insurance can protect against losses due to the political instability and currency and convertibility. Another strategy that we will do would be hedging strategies. Implementing hedging strategies can mitigate the impact of currency fluctuations and inflammation. Due diligence conducting. Our next strategy is due diligence, conducting through due diligence on potential partners of investment can reduce commercial risk. The next strategy is compliance programs. Establishing robust compliancy programs can help navigate regulatory complexities and combat corruption. And then the last measure in strategy would be local partnership. Developing strong local partnerships can provide valuable insight and support the navigation of a business environment.
For the second part of the Global Edge project, due to managerial concerns on terrorism on its long-term strategy, to counter these issues, we found several countries in different continents, such as Europe, Asia Pacific, Latin America, and Africa. For Europe, we listed Switzerland, Austria, Denmark, Finland, and Portugal. For the Asia Pacific countries, is Japan, Australia, Singapore, and New Zealand. For the South American countries, Uruguay and Chile. In Africa, it's one called Mauritius and Botswana. For the European countries, my bad, excuse me, high global peace. They have high global peace, have strong institutions with low corruptions, and have stable governments. Also, with a low history of terrorism or government and corruptions, and they also are small countries, but it might be a little problem there in the long run, but I feel like it'll be a good start for that one. For the Asia Pacific countries such as Japan, Australia, Singapore, and New Zealand, they have strong political stability, and they also have good governments and with minimal terrorist threats with good infrastructure. They also have a low risk on the large scale internal conflict, and Singapore has scored at the top in terms of the political stability in their government. For South American countries, we have Uruguay and Chile. Again, they have some of the lowest political risk in South America, and both countries are considered the safest invested destinations in both countries, and both have a high political stability as well in that country. And for the last one, we have Africa is Mauritius and Botswana. Mauritius has a high ranking in political stability and hardly no violence or terrorism due to how Africa is set up. And both countries also have a low terrorist risk, which have limited their and internal conflict with good institutions as well. So, looking back to all these places, they're safe environments. Of course, they have their ups and their downs, but I feel like it'll be a good place to start due to our concerns on terrorism, because hardly anything, hardly a these are hardly harmful countries, and I feel like they'll be a great start to our investment in.